put on by the Bonga boys. Here we've got Dale and Cindy and the family. In fact, we're just anxiously awaiting the big arrival now. You can see that Dale's standing here with bated breath. On second thought, Dale, with that breath for bait, you'll never catch anything. How about a little smile from each of the boys to show the anticipation? Here's Bradley with a big smile. Okay, and Bradley smile. Now, who's next? How about Bruce? Can you say hi to Granny and Grandpa Bonga? And a big smile? Okay, and now we're going to get a little picture of the smiler here, Christopher. And Bart, how about a smile from you? That's great. And Cindy and Dale. Okay, and we're just waiting now. Carl and Joyce and their family are going to be bringing them, and we'll get a picture now of the sign.
Thanks, Larry.
This is the first, right?
Have you got anything to say? I could see you were extremely surprised.
The first 20, you look for the next 30. Then 30, you look for 40. And 40, you look, I don't know, maybe 50.
Great, great. Christopher, have you got anything to say to your grandma and grandpa? Hi.
Talk to Grandpa.
How about you, Dale? You've said enough already.
Well, we just appreciate that they got there, even though they knew about the surprise. We found out quite a bit about it.
How about a big kiss for Cindy, that flute player there, will you? Won't it be great if you guys make the 40th like this?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Well, you got four people to prepare it.
You could take turns, 10 years each.
Bruce, can you wave?
Bruce, say hi. What about Uncle Jim?
Get that light on me. But to my chagrin, we couldn't get in because I wasn't wearing a tie. Some of the people who responded are here. And first of all, I would just like to ask Stanley and Lydia Holt if they would stand, and then to be seated, and I'll read your letter when you're seated. President of Hawthorne Club Savings and Loan, and I believe it was Lydia who wrote this letter, and it says, Dear Olivia and Dick, in the early years of this century, many Swedish families came to live in Morton Park. Two of the families bought homes on 23rd Place. The Holts at 5030, where Edna, Stanley, and Edward lived, and the next block were the Johnsons with two daughters, Olivia and Verna. It was there we grew, attended school, and the main center of our earlier years was the Morton Park Congregational Church, which is now the Cicero Bible Church. We remember Olivia's father, Charles Johnson, a gracious man who served many years as deacon, and her mother who cared for our mother in the last weeks of her life. It was there we came to know the Lord Jesus Christ as Savior. There we met our life partners, and there Olivia and Dick were wed in 1940. The passing years are rich in memories of our long friendship with Dick and Olivia. One incident stands out, a fishing trip that Dick and Pastor Curry and Stanley took to the Chesapeake Bay Area in Maryland, where the fellowship was much better than the fishing. The pictures that are enclosed were taken in 1956 when they were enjoying a pleasant visit with my mom and dad at their home in Riverside, and it goes on to say, we congratulate you, Dick and Olivia, on this 40th anniversary of your marriage. The second letter I'd like to read is from someone who couldn't be here, Uncle Omer Bishop, who lives near Tampa, Florida, and he says that he remembers Dick's first date with Olivia. He was all decked out in an orange and black sweater. I could just imagine my dad in an orange and black sweater. He happily drove his Model A Roadster for the occasion. Those were the days. And then he tells about a Christmas he remembers, and he says, the Christmas I'm about to describe is very rich and very vivid in my memory. When I arrived at the Bonga residence, the Christmas tree was decorated in all finery, and I was greeted at the door by Dale, who informed me that Duke, the family pet, had just done a no-no. Duke decided that the tree was brought in especially for his convenience, and proceeded to leave his calling card on the tree and all the beautiful wrapped packages under the tree, much to Olivia's dismay. After that, I supposedly left the house, but instead I proceeded down to the basement and dressed in my Santa Claus suit. Later, when I was passing out the gifts, I was startled to hear Dale announce, "I know who Santa Claus is. It's Uncle Omer." He recognized my signet ring, which I had neglected to remove. Fond memories of days gone by. We're so sorry we're unable to be present at this happy occasion, but God bless you, Uncle Omer. And then I have one from Herb and Lil Everett. I'd like them to stand. They've been friends of Mom and Dad's for a long, long time, and they have a picture here that each of you want to see. Please stand up, Herb and Lil. And this picture says, "Remember the days of long dresses, suspenders, and when our boyfriends, quote unquote, still had hair on their heads." Dear Olivia and Dick, along with your many other friends, we would like to extend our congratulations to you on this, your 40th wedding anniversary. How well do you remember your lovely wedding day? It seems like yesterday. We've treasured your warm and wonderful friendship throughout these years. The passing years have been good to you, and that you've been blessed with 2 sons and have acquired 2 lovely, wonderful daughters-in-law and 6 precious grandchildren. Now we wish you God's blessings for good health and much happiness in the coming years with our love, Herb and Lil. Wayne and Lorraine, and I know Wayne is not here because he has a bad back, but if Lorraine would stand up, these folks came all the way from Arkansas. And so if you could ask me days, but the only great event I recall was that on their wedding day, Dick was so nervous. I had to take him for a walk to settle him down. When we got back, it was getting late, and he almost missed his own wedding. And he got back in time, so congratulations, Dick and Olivia, the Ozark cousins, Wayne and Lorraine. And the Curtis could not be here today, but they sent a story that was just too good to pass up. It said, when George did a favor for Dick, Dick insisted on giving him some fish which had been frozen in a milk carton. We looked forward to having a delicious fish dinner, and a few weeks later we set it out of the refrigerator to defrost, but we didn't have a fish dinner that night. We discovered the carton was filled with water. George and Violet Curtis. That's right. Fish swim in the water, right, Mark? And now we have a letter from Auntie Ann, and then one from Jeanette. So I'm going to ask Auntie Ann and Jeanette if they would please both stand. These are just, and they're about to move to Florida, and we think that's just wonderful. But Auntie Ann's letter says, best wishes and congratulations on your 40th anniversary. I'll always remember that I picked Lily of the Valleys out of the yard and gave them to you, Olivia, on your first anniversary and every anniversary after that. And I just add that she brought the vase with the Lily of the Valley in it today. I remember I went with you, Dale and Carl, and Verna and James, to Cubs Park on Ladies' Day, and that you brought your big cowbell, Olivia. Another time we were going to see the Cubs play, and we met Mrs. Butenbender at the L station as she was going with us, and she wanted to know who was playing. Didn't she know it was the Cubs we were going to see? May God bless you both, and may you have many happy years together. Love, Auntie Ann. And now I go over to the one that Jeanette wrote, which is really nice. And each of these children from the Rylandses said that their cousins, Olivia and Verna, were more like sisters. All 3 of them wrote back, and they all said that. And it says, congratulations, Olivia and Dick, on your 40th wedding anniversary. May you have many more happy years together. You, Olivia, have always been more like a sister that I never had instead of a cousin to me. I remember the time that I went to the Lincoln Park Zoo when Dale was a baby, and I pushed the stroller and Dick took movies. I had on a white dress, and you always said that I looked like Dale's nurse. Dick, after my dad passed away, you took my mother out to different places and watched over her while I was working. I will always remember that, and I never did get to thank you for taking care of her, and I never told you how much I appreciated it. We'll miss you both much when we move to Florida. We'll always remember the fun that we had at our get-togethers on our birthday and at the birthday club. May the Lord bless you and watch over you both. All my love, Jeanette. And then they sent a whole bunch of really, really nice pictures. And here I have a letter from Kenny Rylance, one of my mom's very favorite cousins. And Kenny, you and Barb, would you stand with you coming too? And here we just have a few little memories that Kenny remembers. And he says the first thing that sticks out of my mind between our 2 families, remember now, they live next door, was the towel hanging in the window between the 2 kitchen windows. I always was waiting to see your mom's kitchen towel in the window because that was a sign it was okay for me to come over to play with the dog Zippy. or have fun with you, Dale and Carl. I always look forward to seeing that towel go up in your mom's kitchen window. We always had to be quiet because your dad was sleeping, so we played in the kitchen or in the back bedroom. And I enjoyed so much playing with Zippy. I'll never forget him. Really a fine dog and so much fun. And then Kenny says, Kenny really was quite a war hero in World War II, with a record as a frogman in the Pacific. And he says, I'll never forget that Dick, keeping them, Mom and Dad, posted on any mail coming in during the war. His parents kept asking my dad every day when he got home from the post office in the morning, any letters from Ken? After 2 to 2.5 months, Dick came to Mom and Dad and said, you'll be getting a letter from Ken. We were too busy and we couldn't write, or when the mail was sent out during heavy censorship, it wouldn't arrive. And I appreciate him looking out for mail to Mom and Dad. And then Kenny adds, both Olivia and Verna were more always like sisters to me instead of cousins all my lifetime. And we just appreciate those warm memories too. And then there's another brother from that family, Bob Rylance, who couldn't be here today, and they wrote saying how we wish, this is what Betty wrote. They each took time to write a letter, and Betty says, how we wish we could be with you on your 40th anniversary. They live in Florida and also in Ohio during the summertime. But since that isn't possible, we're with you in thought and prayer, and how wonderful it is to have an occasion like this. It's hard for me to cite this one memorable incident in my life, since I met both of you through marriage to Bob, and how glad I am that he has such wonderful relatives. You two have taken me under your wings from the very beginning and made me feel very much a part of this family, and for that I'm eternally grateful. We've had many wonderful times together, which I'll never forget, but I think the incident that stands out in my mind is when their son Dick was born with some deformities. I know Bob was beside himself with grief that night, and who should show up but you two angels? God really planned that, I'm very sure. When Bob told me about it, he said it really helped him so much to know that someone was there to comfort him besides just Betty's parents. The second incident was when their oldest son, Donnie, who, by the way, was in my wedding, was injured in a 3-story fall in his 3rd year at Ohio State. We needed someone desperately to come to Ohio to care for Dick and Nancy and my father, while Bob and I were in Columbus at the hospital with Don those first few critical days. You were kind enough to drive Mom Rylance right to Columbus so she could visit us and see Don, and then she went home with Bob, and I always remember you stayed overnight, and what a help to me that was. I get tears in my eyes just thinking about it, how much it meant to me. What a blessing you've been to so many people all these years, and especially to me, not just in the ways I mentioned above, but in so many little things that meant a great deal to all of us. And how thankful I am that God created 2 such wonderful people for me to know and to love. May He continue to be with you each day of your life, and may you have many more happy days together. I dearly love both of you with all my love, Betty Rylance. Then her husband Bob also took time to write this letter, and he said, Dear Dick and Olivia, it's hard for me to realize that we've been married 40 years. Time sure flies. It seems like just yesterday that I journeyed home from Champaign to be in your wedding party. Olivia, you and Verna always have seemed more like sisters to me rather than cousins, and it made me proud to be a part of your wedding group. I remember the wedding and the ride to the Smorgasbord restaurant, a bit of sweet. Wasn't that what it was called? What a fine reception. Your dad, your old Uncle Charlie, really did it up brown for both of you. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves. Dick and Olivia, congratulations on your 40th anniversary. You should be proud and happy. You have led wonderful lives. You have each other, a fine home, and a lovely family. And beside that, you have many pleasant memories of the past and joys to look forward to in the years to come. May God bless you both on this day and in the days ahead. In His continuing love, may He give you good health, peace, and joy. Love from your kissing cousin, Bob. And now at this time, we'll just take a little break here, and I'm going to ask my wife, Cynthia, if she and Marilyn Newell, who's our cousin, Marilyn and Cindy play together so often in church, and we appreciate very much Marilyn coming to play a duet, and they're going to play Jesu, Joy of Man's Desire. And this piece was written by Bach, and all the music that Bach wrote was to glorify God. So we just like to do that at this time. So you may want to tilt your chairs a little bit. This is from Bob and Dorothy Swear, who weren't able to be here today. But it says, Dear Olivia and Dick, do you remember this visit? We thought Roger was sleeping. Instead, he was busy getting into the lipstick and spreading it on your brand new blanket. We were sure sorry and embarrassed, and thank goodness we checked in on him before he marked up anything else. Sorry we couldn't make it to your anniversary celebration. I'm sure it was very nice, and we'll write more later. Happy anniversary, Bob and Dorothy Square. And then we also have a poem, we have a letter from the Hofstras. Mr. and Mrs. Hofstra, I wonder if we can ask you to stand. Lambert Hofstra is an excellent, worked on many jobs with my dad. Thanks very much. And they're friends from many years. And it says, do you remember, Dick and Olivia, when we took you to the graves of the circus people buried at the Woodlawn Cemetery? They had been killed in a train wreck, and all the graves were marked with an inscription, unknown male or unknown female. And Dick asked, where are the elephants buried? How do we all laugh? That's great. And then we also have a letter and a poem from Mrs. Deffenbaugh, who's the mother of my best friend from grade school, Bob. And I would like to ask you to stand, Mrs. Deffenbaugh. She's a neighbor, lives in Cicero, a half a block away from our former home. And first she wrote a poem, and it said, Dear Dick and Olivia, may your golden years be filled with sunshine and flowers. May the good Lord hear your prayers you say in tranquil hours. May your children bring you joy in the autumn of your life. May you forget the trials you had when the years were full of strife. May you remember dreams come true and lovely melodies, and may your heart be full of song as long as you may live. And may that be a long time. That's from Rosella Deffenbaugh. And then she says, Dear friends, this 40th anniversary and reunion bring back a lot of happy memories when you people lived in Cicero, your children were young and going to grade school. Kids shared comic books and they played card games and participated in sports. And we parents had nice visits with each other and attended our children's weddings as they grew up and got married. Olivia, remember the birdhouse project that we took on for Dr. Huda's wife in her home and instructed a group of women. It was a challenge and it was fun, and we certainly enjoyed it. And then I have a letter from a man who couldn't be here today. You know, my dad has had so many medical problems. He's been in and out of the hospital, I think 8 times. The Hinsdale Sand told me that he's actually owns one of the wings there at that hospital. But we asked Dr. Mathias if he could come, and he tried to arrange a schedule and couldn't do that, but he wrote a letter. And he says, Dear Dale, Mrs. Mathias and I regret to tell you that we had made prior plans to be away the weekend of May 25th. I've tried hard to think of an incident that might merit a place in their memory book. I can only recall medical problems, which I am sure they would rather forget. Congratulations, though, to your efforts to honor your parents. Sincerely yours, Richard Mathias. Very nice of him to write. And then there's a lady here who is a special friend of my mother's at work, and that's Anna Shepard at Payne Weber. And Anna, would you please stand? And I think Adrian, would you stand? And Lyman also, all from Payne Weber folks. And Anna writes a very touching letter. It says, about Olivia. When the phrase a friend in need was coined, the author must have had a person like Olivia Bonga in mind. In 1959, when our son was barely 4 years old, my husband and I sent him to a nursery school, and I started working at Payne Weber, Jackson, and Curtis. Shortly after I came, Olivia arrived, and our desks faced each other. I liked her immediately. We shared many incidents about our lives away from the office. My son was having a difficult time adjusting to the school, and with the sound of his crying still in my ears, I would come to the office with tears in my eyes and very low in spirit. Olivia was prompt with compassion and common sense, two of her most outstanding attributes. After comforting me, she quietly suggested I phone the nursery school and talk to his teacher, whose quick answer was, he turned off the waterworks as soon as you were out of sight. Then Olivia and I would exchange motherly smiles and share a plate of toast each morning. This is a memory I'll always cherish, because now our son is 24 years old, graduated and working, and I can't remember the last time he cried. With love, Anna Shepard. And then there's a couple of special friends in Escanaba, Michigan, and their name is Siebert. And they wrote and said, Dear Cindy and Dale, thank you for remembering us with an invitation to the surprise dinner for your folks. We're so sorry that we won't be able to come down for that. Your request for material for the memory book arrived too late. Needless to say, we have loads of very fond memories spent with your wonderful parents. Friends don't come any better than those two. We really had such good times together, times to remember and cherish. And then we have two final ones here. One from a couple of very favorite people of ours. And you know, there's so many. I just can't read them all. And so many of you have sent pictures and so forth, and you'll just have to come up and visit and look at these, and we'll leave it on one of the tables here. But this one comes from Bob and Helen DeVette. Aunt Helen is Cynthia's aunt, and she's a professor of literature at Wheaton College, and Bob is head of the Spanish department. Dr. DeVette, would you stand, folks? And then I'd like to read your letter. And they have a picture here along with my folks, Amber and Uncle Jim, as they were about to leave. The picture captures the beginning of a delightful experience with you. We'll never forget that time in the waiting room at the airport when we all assembled with all our luggage, all set for that Scandinavian adventure. It was so good to be with you and share your pleasure upon meeting your relatives in Sweden. What a great moment. Do you also remember the picnic lunches we put together at the road stops? It's been 4 years since that trip. Much has happened in our lives, but God's continued faithfulness is so evident. We praise God for his goodness to all of us, and we cherish your friendship and wish you continued health and joy in the years to come. Sincerely, Helen and Bob DeVette. And then there's a little picture in here that Aunt Berta put in of their 35th wedding party, which was a very small party out at our house. And we had Joyce dressed up as the bride. Remember that, Joyce?
Oh, yeah.
And Bradley was one of the flower girls. You really want to see that. As the Dutch told her, ja, that is milk. There are many highlights of our trip to Europe in 1976. Visiting Friesland, Holland, where the Bonga family comes from, and Varmland, Sweden, where our relatives still live. A lifetime of wonderful memories with my sister and brother-in-law who fill a book. With thankful hearts and thanks to God for both of you, our verses to you are Hebrews 13, verse 20 and 21. Thank you all for coming. Please don't hurry away, but stay and visit with Mom and Dad.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, you're so
Yeah, Nugget likes them.
Nugget likes them too. How's that look? Pretty good,
Nice,
huh?
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, here comes Brad.
Oh, you got bibs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Come on over here, Brad.
bibs.
Stand over here with your presents.
Howdy.
Get away.
Howdy.
Get my good side.
Comfortable right up by the head.
Go over
You
here.
know, right up by
There's
the
the dog
head.
that woke him up last night.
it tight, Rose?
It's fine, but it's not tight. I have
You got it on record?
Yes.
Okay. Coach Plum with instructions to Bruce. Eric is number 11. Hertzberg is 32. Kowski looks like that's 45. Scott is hurt for this game with a broken wrist. Bruce lobs it in to Rob. Rob looks, brings it toward the point to Eric. Eric back to Robbie.
Falkenberg, Baron Falkenberg, and now it's another Baron Falkenberg who owned this. So his son and another son and
Yes,
another
another
son.
son,
And he, Johan Larsson, and his wife Maria lived in that house.
Yes. We're trying to figure out how to get your lights off, John.
Vi måste släcka ljuset.
Let's go up to the gate, Chris. All right.
Yeah, so they
And so
had.
you think this is where? Go ahead and repeat what you said.
I think it's that house where your great grandfather was born.
Carl Johnson, my grandfather.
Yes, your
And
grandfather.
his father, John Larson, too, my great-grandfather?
No,
No,
he
just,
lived here when he was.
So you're
on
thinking
this
just
place.
Carl Johnson was born here, and Ellen,
Yes,
and Anna,
yes,
and Edith.
yes, all of them.
Yes, okay.
You can go inside. You can go inside in that house. The barn side, you can take wood from the forest, and we did so, and we built a chapel, Methodist chapel here in a
You
place
did?
there.
Oh.
Your great grandfather.
Oh. Oh, Bronco.
All right, go inside now.
Okay, yeah. Let's go inside.
This is the kind of heating that great-grandpa John Larson would have had as he lived
Yes.
here. This is a porcelain fireplace, and you're going to see more examples of these down in Vienna, especially at the Schönbrunn Palace. You're going to see huge rooms with big porcelain potbelly stoves with their porcelain to radiate outward. And that's the way they had their heat.
Let's see, it's Ingemar, Britta Eriksson, Elizabeth
Ingemar,
Michael.
ja.
Lighting a
Då
bomb.
måste jag se
Ingemar was 50
Ingemar
and
och Britta,
86.
Elisabeth och Mikael. That's how I see.
Vivi. Okay, this is from Sweden, Gun-Britt and Ulf's children.
West Coast där
Here's another from Vivi in 1994. Dearest Olivia, I think you are at the hospital now. I read all your letters, you know, and I hope you...
You're predicted.
Yep.
Okay. And we just finished a nice walk with Vivi. And we walked up toward the school. We're going up here toward the school, which Chris won't be able to take a picture of because it would go right into the sun.
We've arrived here in Bergen, and we're just getting all ready to unload the train here. And then we'll step off, find a taxi.
It's going to be a little bit colder here than it was in Oslo, where it was sunny and warm. Over here in Bergen, it's been rainy most of the day, and it's cooler because we're on the Atlantic Ocean as opposed to being a little protected by the Oslo fjord. And so, yeah, sure, you betcha.
Dan's bags are heavy, but we'll take a little video for a while. He's up there all the way. An uncommon sight here in Scandinavia is Dale Bonga taking a picture of the railroad station.
Okay, use one roll on that fabulous 300-mile trip from Oslo to Bergen.
The train to Flom.
Chris,
Yeah.
all aboard to Flum.
All right, let's go. There's Big Bardo. Just kicking back.
Ready for pictures.
There's Hungry Bart.
I need some pizza. American.
He's starving. Bart loves the American stuff.
Giordano's. I'm gonna have a couple when I get back. Then I'm starting the diet.
He's got charcoal.
Bart, here we are in Flum on the 6th floor. Flum. L-A with a little thing above it.
The joke around here now is we would have loved to see Dad like in a foreign language class.
Yeah, sure, you betcha.
Yeah, there you go.
We have just met Gerd for the first time, and this has been wonderful because I've known of her for all of my 52 years, it seems like.
You're 52.
I'm 52. I should be 53, but I was sick for 1 year. Or I started school a year later.
Makes sense.
It's 55.
Okay,
And
that's
I'm
a
45
good
this
age.
year, so we're going to have a big 100 party. 100-year-old
that's
party
wonderful.
in October.
That's terrific. Oh, that'd be great. We should come back
Put them
for it.
together. So.
You should do it.
No.
Not nice.
You can see why I have to go to the hospital tomorrow.
Big vacation.
We are going through the Swedish album of Granny Bonga's, Olivia Bonga. And we have here Anna with us, who is Lena and Ulf Allender's daughter. And she visited us 4 years ago at the United States of America and saw Chicago and the Museum of Science and Industry and the U-2 submarine.
Yes.
and Water Tower Place, Michigan Avenue. And so she's come here and we're trying to figure out how we are all related.
Get in the hole!
Way to go!
Birdie!
Nice job, Dad.
Thank you. Great to be out here with you and Bruce and Mom.
Yeah, getting a little golfing
Wonderful
in.
breezy day.
Totally. Brown there.
Turn the rough, pulling the creeping vent out of the rough.
And here goes Dad, preparing to tee off.
Man!
Okay, Bruce's turn.
What is that?
Beautiful shot, Dad. Oh. All right. There's the blueberry relaxing.
For park, Chris.
I almost got that in, man. I almost...
Nice shot, Dad.
That's all right.
Who's going for Mom?
Hit it with the...
Almost in the hole.
Yeah.
Very nice shot, man.
Say, old chap.
6.
Oh, not too much. Over.
Nice.
Nice shot, Dad.
Give it enough. Cool.
Nice shot, Dad.
How about you, Chris? together.
Nice shot, Dad.
That'll play. We'll use it.
Oh, Dale.
All right, there we go, the halfway house. And chowing down on some brats. Good old Michigan fun.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll take it.
There it is. Oh, it's off. Good low. This was low. Well, one to the green, was that yours? It's a nice ball, nice trajectory. About to the front of the green, you got a little wind coming in your face here. Oh boy, I stabbed at that. Not the same place your other one.
Nice. Nice. It's too high.
Oh, it hit it already.
I was getting you guys on a walk in the park.
Nice.
Oh, it got the tree. Oh, I missed the shot. I didn't get through the ball. There it is.
Nice shot, man.
I'll take that.
Well,
Okay, you're on.
it's a 146-yard par 3, hole number 7. And usually you'd hit a 7, but you got this big yawning trap in front of you, so I'm going to hit a 6 and hit it real easy. Try to hit it on the sweet spot. Put it right in that short green stuff up there.
All right.
Oh, it's right. Short and it's right. No.
We'll take horses.
No excuse for that one.
Right?
Oh, it's that nice. Oh, I landed in the rough, so I get a spot on the fairway.
Well, Dad's our ball.
That's there. That's home, folks.
Nice job.
It's good speed. I really like the way you played it. All right. Even with the ridge there.
Nice, Dad.
Keep coming, keep coming, keep
All right,
coming.
Dad's ball it is.
Nice.
It's on the green.
Over the trees, on the green.
He's the one! Whoa, are you gonna call for life?
I didn't hit it.
Nice.
Didn't quite get it all.
Hey, Mom.
Oh no.
Well, you got it out of there pretty well.
Shaving the clubhouse.
I feel good.
Ah, enough. Wow, almost. Nice shot.
Get a right kick.
See, you don't want to be out in here. No?
Did you want to sit down here, hon?
No, I'm okay for the time being. What did you,
She's a good little girl.
Of course she is. She's half Darcy and half me.
That's what we're still trying to figure out.
The
How can
good
she still be
half.
such a good
Which
Jew?
is the good half, huh? She's a good half. Where do you get your long legs from? Have her legs all scooched up
She's got
there.
long, big hands in here. Oh, my goodness.
Fingers.
The big hands of Emily Joy, right there.
She thought it was odd that I
But your mom thinks she looks like a piano player, right?
Or flute. I mean, I was in
And you
Darcy.
took two contracts down.
The proud parents right
Down
there.
the next time you pushed, and then it didn't go down anymore.
I think Artie had jaundice.
70% of
I look more
babies.
jaundiced
Oh, a
than
lot
she
of
does. Look how brown I am.
The babies too. You're welcome, honey. You're welcome.
Look up here, Mom.
I thought it was all good. We were just commenting.
Oh, that's a nice
We were
one.
just commenting.
Yeah.
We each gave up something. I had Hannah's good days.
Where did Ron get all the dresses in Texas?
Well, he was on the way home, and I think in Missouri somewhere, at a outlet, a Polly Flinders outlet store. It was just,
In Missouri?
yeah, I think.
You said Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, okay, anyway, he was on the way home, and then he went in there.
With her right arm up like this. Look at this.
That's why I loosened it, because she was caught inside the thing, so I figured, yeah, it's me.
No, it's more.
There is the most, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Most what?
There's the most beautiful sign overlooking the Daily Plaza that I noticed today because I was over there
Got a
delivering
picture
a
of you
package.
taking it off.
Oh.
Uh-oh, almost a fumble on the exchange.
She's just so floppy.
How did Bill Crawford find out? Did you guys?
I told him.
Did you? Isn't that all
See, I'd
right?
been at a meeting Friday night, and I said she's probably going to have her baby in the next, day
A
or
meeting
so.
with Bill?
Yeah, it was one of those
Look up there, Will.
Friday night things.
Oh,
You're
wow.
one of those to be a member
Oh, yeah, yeah.
shape
Shape things, yeah. Well, that's a good seminar, isn't it?
And yeah. Anyway, I'd been there Friday night, and so then and he
Chris, let me
was
get some of you
answering.
with the baby too.
Oh, okay,
Because I
thanks.
was gone 3 hours. Bad deal, because I wouldn't have said anything if I'd known he was going to say something.
Oh, don't worry.
Come and sit down and talk on the
No,
video.
that's it. I have to go. I
Chris,
really
Come
do.
on, Darcy will enjoy the
I have
book.
to dash. I have to dash.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, Grandma.
Yeah. I'll probably go swimming Saturday, and then I'll pop by.
See ya.
Well, see how you doing.
Chris, can you talk to us about the babies?
I'll let you know what they say tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to know.
All I gotta say is, only Joy, he's got some
Why do I
long
need
fingers
it?
right
I
there.
thought the spoon was for Joy. Oh, the spoon is for Joy.
Beautiful baby, very content. Brett and Darcy have got to be very excited.
Good night.
Good night. Yes, what a beauty. Look how relaxed. You're holding her very nicely. You look pretty comfortable, Uncle Chris.
Yeah.
Doesn't he look comfortable?
That's neat.
She looks comfortable.
Yeah. She just sack out, huh?
She really is. You can see why we have trouble waking her for feeding.
Uh-huh. It's gotta be hard, huh?
She has Christopher's long fingers.
Yeah, I like that.
Beautiful baby.
Emily Joy.
Did you ever hear the story when Brad
That's
was
a good
born?
picture.
Darce? Did you ever hear the story when Brad was born? He had a real flat nose.
Oh.
Somebody asked who he looked like, and I said my dad's best friend from the post office, whose name was Buzz Thurman, who was a black man.
All right.
I never heard that one.
Okay.
I think my dad got a lot of mileage out of it.
Oh, come on, I want people to recognize that. Yeah, please do it.
Make it worthwhile.
Listen, on this auspicious day, Bart and Jenny, we'd like to congratulate you and wish you the best of everything and the Lord's richest blessings. I would like to, normally, you know me, Bart, I wouldn't give any advice. But in this case, if I had to give you some kind of advice, one thing I'd tell you and Jenny, I'd say, never argue in public. Never argue in public. No, sweetheart, it's never argue in public. Honey, you always do this to me. I told you, you never argue in public. Cut that, cut. That's it. Cut. No, forget it.
Lois doing it.
I don't think they come in lighter weight, Dale. I think it's only, they only come in a heavier material like the wool or...
No, you explain it, it's better. I like sounds of nature. So for 3 seconds I could hear the gorgeous rainfall, but for the fourth second, every fourth beat, all I would hear from Dale's nose is rain.
Did you want to... Don't repeat.
Well, that's what I repeated all last night. Okay, you can put it away.
Well, would you like to mention why Cynthia has all this energy, though? Just for the purpose of posterity?
Just for the record, she didn't need any meat on.
She's an airplane vegetarian. The golden duckle. The golden roof.
What are you just saying?
I think it's this way.
Look at this stuff.
Look, it
We
goes
came
about.
down here. It's on this side of the street.
Look here, it's Friedrichstrasse.
Here's the golden...
We're right by it. Back up from it. Dale found it from the book.
Look at those smiling faces.
la place centrale de l'ancienne ville et on a construit le bâtiment du petit Plador pour avoir une place assise pour les gens de la cour pour vivre les spectacles et les films. Bien sûr, la partie enseigne en haut est très bien. Si vous regardez d'abord, c'est sur la glace au centre en haut.
Yeah, with the actual Olympic torch.
Innsbruck.
1964. 64 or 74? 76.
What was his sport? Artie.
There in the Olympic Museum commemorating the Innsbruck Olympics of 64 and 76. And here we have Art Simmel. We've just decided if they ever have a new Olympic sport as farting, that he would win the gold without a contest.
Ski jump at Innsbruck. And some vigorous climber is going to climb to the top of the ski jump site. Coming down the ski jump. A critical point at 112 meters. Coming into here and up the slope to stop. Up here is the Olympic torch and rings and the city of Innsbruck. Beautiful, huh? We're going to come up to the top of the ski jump.
Finally here! Get it in front of there. Dale, stand in front. Get it now. And then you get the, back up a little bit and get the slope too, Artie. You can get the...
Here we are at Innsbruck, Austria.
310 steps.
Artie has just... Oh no, now it's what else?
This that the skiers jump off of
With your camera.
and jump into the Olympic Stadium with the seating
Yeah, I'd like to get
overlooking the
I'm
town
very
of
limited on how many I have here.
Innsbruck, Austria, the old town there in the center of the camera.
Lois walking down there. In the Arlberg Tunnel.
It's 80 kilometers in here.
What?
80 kilometers is the speed limit. And it's
The length of this tunnel.
radar control.
The length of this, I'm recording now. The length of this tunnel is 14 kilometers, which is about 9 miles.
9.5 or so.
9.5 miles. We went through a lot of tunnels. This is in the western edge of Austria, heading toward Liechtenstein.
More like 9.
But 9 miles of tunnel. At this point, it's not carved completely into the mountain. You can see from the side there. It's got to be one of the longest tunnels in the world, at least until they finish the English Channel Tunnel.
Oh, really?
And here we are underneath, proceeding along with all the windows closed because Cindy just loves to keep the pollution out.
Dale didn't have his lights on, by the way.
What was that, Cindy?
He just turned his lights on.
And so, we continue on. We are continuing on the tunnel.
All that weight.
There's a pass above here that would go over this Arlberg Pass, but it would save you $15, which was the toll to get through here. It would take you a long time on the roads, a lot of winding roads. This cuts through the pass. Done 13 kilometers through this tunnel already. It seems endless. I wonder if there's any light at the end of this tunnel.
Are you really filming? Hey!
And here we come to the end of this tunnel. Cindy will now open the windows. Liechtenstein, the palace of the prince. 30,000 people in Liechtenstein. We just visited Murin. On our way now to Treason. focusing in on Cindy eating. And we're focusing in on Dale eating. Dale, We're focusing in on Lois eating.
What would you like to have? It's ice cream with coffee. Yes, can I have it with chocolate? Which one? Half of the original name just one for you? The red one. Can I have real milk for my coffee? Yeah.
Dan, could you look up this way, Cindy? We're totally in a cloud in Friesenberg this morning. Think we could get that on the plane? Lucerne. The river going into, coming out of Lake Lucerne. The Tower Bridge behind it. It's a covered bridge behind this one. Another covered bridge right here. Okay, Lo, hang over there.
Down that way, because that's the church we look at.
Lo?
Yeah. Can we step back a couple feet?
Yeah, would you?
Yeah.
This is water coming from Lake Lucerne. This is kind of shoreline, old town area. Pretty, very pretty.
Look at this, there he goes.
But this other guy doesn't go down. The one on the right goes all the way down. Yeah.
That's a swan hit stand.
And it's very happy when it wiggles its tail. Look at this little...
Oh, look, you got something. I'm going to show you the pigeons. Watch the pigeons on the other side. This is cool.
Look at the pigeons.
Here's one of the covered bridges.
Hold them.
But right here, this is really nifty.
Hold 'em.
Up here, notice the pigeons on this roof. This is called the Pigeon Convention.
And notice the chimneys with their...
The chimneys, yeah, that's neat.
And tell where you are.
We're in Lucerne. It's a very interesting place. Dale, standing in front of the McCheaper. Now, you might like to look at this menu for the McCheaper because you can buy the Big Cheap. 100% meat. This is a really nifty little shop. This is right on the town square. Town Hall, Town Hall.
I bet you they get around it because
You got off for eating along the river.
Open air market, farmer's market, but this is interesting. They're selling this rabbit, and he didn't take his shoes off. Then they have the same thing here with the chicken. Just plucked them, feathered, and then these little birds. Squab or something. The worst thing to look at is the rabbit, though, yes.
Quail, do you think?
I don't know.
Niagarafällen. Vad heter det?
Både kostar 200.
Here's the Jungfrau, our view from our hotel. We're right in here. Come out on our balcony here. Notice Lois. Just a minute. Our balcony. And look at this view, will you? The clouds clearing.
Artie, is it a good picture of the sunset from your balcony?
It's the same as yours, but you're welcome to come in here and look. This is really breathtaking, to tell you the truth. See, my breath is being taken.
Should have put the, we have to wait anyhow.
Picture the boy sliding on the cow flop, Art.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. What are you going to do? There's no other way.
We have to wait there.
Look, the cows are walking right into it.
Go behind me.
Yeah.
Go behind me.
Oh, look, he's got flowers on his neck. Did you get that? Did you get that, Cindy?
I don't know if I got it.
We're in Klandersteg. We're going to go under this mountain, through a tunnel, by way of train. We'll pull onto the train, and we'll end up on our way towards Zermatt on the other side of this tunnel. Cuts off a lot of mountain mileage. Dale, the Hearts champion of Switzerland at the present time, pulling right onto the railroad train.
Oh, isn't this fun? Can you believe this?
You can fit on the next one.
And clunk, 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 right onto the train. We need to add a little narrative to this. How about it, Cindy? Can you add some narrative?
Oh, some have a top and others don't. The one
Oh,
behind-
thank you, Cindy, for the narrative.
Brake and engage first gear.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Have you ever done
We've never done this.
No.
Who told you this, sir?
Said. He really knows everything.
We gotta
Isn't that something?
like
You really need to meet him. Yeah.
Get a highlight film of each kid.
We're moving along on the train, just going into the tunnel. Okay, we're looking for a little narrative here.
The waterway.
There's also a parachuter. No.
We were off by a day.
Matterhorn cleared. Are you drinking that water? What? Are you drinking it? I would assume that's drinking water.
What? You're gonna assume that that's drinking water.
And here we go, the picnickers. And the picnicky. Found a beautiful, beautiful little spot near Triberg in the town of Grimmelsbach. Leichenbach, in the Black Forest. I mean, it is absolutely isolated. We had to come up roads that you would not believe. There's nobody here except the Bongas and us. It runs 50 marks, or $37, including breakfast and dinner.
And the dog.
Per person. This is our view from our super balcony. Right now it's the morning, Wednesday morning, and there's the road.
Our kids going to school. Those are kids going to school.
You can see here the kids going to school.
They've got
See
a
the
long
little road.
way to go.
It's just an incredible spot. Here's the balcony. Here's Lois. Here's the room. It's really a beautiful place, just brand new, just built last year, and nobody knows about it. Although the meal last night was spectacular. Definitely home-cooked German, Spätzle, and
Those have to be their kids because we're at the end of the road.
it's just a beautiful, cool, but beautiful day. There's a brook flowing that powers his, or supplies his swimming pool, right through his swimming pool. Here we are going down the walking path, right into the Black Forest. Show you how close it is to our room. It's just a spectacular area. See, the place was crowded, our car and somebody else's car. And there they go up the walking path into the woods now. This is incredibly beautiful right in here. This is officially the Black Forest. Forest. Just before breakfast time. You may want to look here and just notice what I see here, a Hobie.
We'd like to tell you it's a check forest, but it isn't.
Here we are going down. This is really a interesting place because the roads are just one lane.
And you do not know if a car is going to be coming around that curve over there to the left or not.
You really can't tell. This is in comparison to the Autobahn. Yes, you will. Yeah, sure, Dale. Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Watch out, Dale. Dale.
He's fine. Dale's fine. I think he wants you to go.
He can't.
He wants you to be the guinea pig.
Well, Dale, that's too bad.
That's okay.
Dale,
Just don't go off. Dale, just turn.
there's no way she can pass you.
Yeah. Here, now you don't want to move. You have a car in front of you, or do you?
Wait.
We have a car too.
Yeah. But it seems like they are confident of what they're doing around here.
Sure, there's probably not much traffic.
Well, anyway, this has been an enjoyable interlude staying at this place. What was the name?
Look at this little road.
What was the name of this place,
Rats
Lois?
falling and cows crossing.
Landgast.
Wait.
Landgast Berghof.
Yeah, Landgast Berghof.
Is it this way?
Yes. Yeah. There's a little river here that already.
This is the kind of road we had to ride on.
pile.
We had to ride on to get here.
It is.
I like it. This is on the way.
Too bad you can't get the country air.
Unfilled.
Triberg. The interesting thing about it, it's a cute little town in the Black Forest. We had our Black Forest cake. But the most interesting aspect of Triberg is the waterfalls that come through here. This is down in the town, and we're going to walk up them now.
Okay, here. Take it with our camera ready?
Yeah, does that girl speak English?
We already used our camera ready.
No.
We're going to go up on the bridge. Wait, Artie.
Quickly move. Yeah, there you go, there you go.
Oh, right here. Really beautiful. Ours might be quite gorgeous. Right here.
Yeah.
Isn't it beautiful? There you go. Ayos tawag eh. There they go.
Oh, look, he's right here.
Put it on a show for you.
Oh, yes, yes.
No.
Yeah. Quick. Dale?
He doesn't hear you.
And here are Cindy and Dale enjoying our European trip.
As we head north on our last day towards the Rhine River and Oberweise. We just wanted to show you the comparison between this road, the Autobahn, and the road that we were on while we were at that other little town. And then the guy behind us, though. We're going 130 to give you an idea. Look at this guy. Get him back from behind me. From behind me, though. Just past him.
this passing lane, it's a nuisance. We're coming up on you.
Okay, then pull over in the other lane. Pull over.
Look at these guys coming on the side here. That's good.
Wonder I can't say anything.
No, it is fun. From our room on the top of the castle on the Rhine. You can see a train whizzing by on the other side. And barges. A train whizzing by on this side. Over here is the town of Kalb, other side of the river. More traffic, and the toll bridge, the old toll gate is over here. Spectacular room and view. Just terrific. We're kind of tired. Lois has already come home ready. See that face? That's a tired face.
This was resting up.
Resting up for what?
Trip home.
Tired person.
One tired tourist.
This room is just incredible. It's right in a castle.
Walk into the bathroom.
I'll go over here and show you the view out this window. Whoa, windy. The turret is right here. Here's the view again of the Rhine. Just a great room. Another window here overlooking the Rhine. TV. Super. There's again a tired person.
Could you please? Take the picture of the bathroom. That's what
Oh, Lois said to get the bathroom. I'm on my way there. Whew, it's a hike. And walk in the bathroom. Overlooking again, right here, a window. Looking out from your, moving your balls, watching the Rhine go by. It's Thursday morning, September 21st, a beautiful morning. A little chilly, but beautiful. This is the view from our room in the castle. The castle we're in is 1,000 years old, overlooking the Rhine. The sunrise is just beautiful. The Rhine, as usual, is busy. Coal barge over there. Castle ruins across the vineyards on the riverside. And right there, here comes Picture Man.
He got a picture.
Picture Man over there. Whoa!
What's there?
One step backward, he almost slipped and fell in the water.